What's going on, everyone? It's the True Geordie back again, and it's time for another episode of Geordie Reacts to Twitter. Now, it's after the Newcastle-Sunderland 1-1 derby, so I'm expecting things to get a little bit naughty. Was cringed for me life yesterday watching Newcastle fans look up at Sunderland fans going 1-1 as if it was a good result. Well, was it a good result though? On the one hand, Sunderland have had 6 wins in a row, thank the Lord. That's ended, thank you. And they were also 1-0 up for most of the game, so it looked like it was going to be 7. So in that respect, it was a good result. But when you look at the bigger picture, it was terrible. I mean, this is Sunderland. They are awful. You know, we have the chance in the biggest derby ever to condemn them to almost certain relegation. We didn't even turn up in the first half. So ultimately, it was a terrible result. But I'm guessing the fans were just trying to wind the Mackems up, and it probably worked. Seriously think Harry Kane has the qualities to beat Alan Shearer's Premier League record, a natural-born goal scorer, has all the attributes. Now, before anyone accuses us of being biased towards Shearer, I want to say I'm a fan of Harry Kane, alright? I like Harry Kane, but will he ever be as good as Alan Shearer at goal scoring? No, I'm saying it right now. Alan Shearer was a nightmare of a finisher. He was a disaster in the air. He was sharp. He was just a brutal goal scorer. However, does that mean Harry Kane can't catch him? No, I think Harry Kane can catch him, and here is why. Harry Kane has had a few extra seasons in the Premier League. The Premier League only started, I think, when Shearer was 23. And also, Alan Shearer spent the majority of his career playing for a poor Newcastle team that he just kept barely at mid-table through all the goals he scored. Alright, he had a few seasons at a good Blackburn side, and when Newcastle were occasionally good here and there under Bobby Robson and Kevin Keegan, but that was very brief compared to the whole entire career he spent playing for a poor side. So that's going to help Harry Kane, because Harry Kane is going to be at Spurs, and Spurs are always going to be a pretty good team, even a very good team potentially with Pochettino. That's going to help him. If Harry Kane can stay injury free, that is also going to help him massively. And Harry Kane doesn't rely on pace, so he's got an all-round game there as well that's going to help him for the long term. So Harry Kane can beat Alan Shearer's record. I hope he doesn't, just because I'm a big fan of Shearer, but it definitely could happen. Alan Shearer wanks over Harry Kane. Does he mean literally? I mean, that's a new one for me. I've seen the video on the internet where the man goes up to the unsuspecting women and that, but the professional footballers, I've never heard of that one before, but maybe that's why Harry Kane's reproducing Shearer-esque form. He's taken on his DNA, you know, and that's probably why he talks like that, doesn't he? Because maybe he's got a mouthful. Super sperm. Whatever it takes, Harry. I admire your courage, mate. You're doing whatever it takes. Good for you, pal. Seeing Rafa Benitez back in English football is so weird. It's like when Harold Bishop turned up again in Neighbours. I would have to say it's more like when Forrest Gump went back into the jungle, you know, like Newcastle. The jungle was a mess and people were dying everywhere. And Forrest is Rafa Benitez, and he's coming in to save everyone. And he saves a few people, and eventually he claps eyes on Bubba, who can be like Musa Sissoko, because they're both really slow, aren't they? And, you know, he looks at Musa and he goes, "You got shot." And Musa looks back and goes, "I want to go home," because he's always trying to leave Newcastle. And Bubba dies, which is like Sissoko leaving Newcastle. Can we get a Photoshop of that? That'll be Rafa and Musa. Yeah, no. Just imagine it. It's just as good if you imagine it. Graphics are overrated anyway, aren't they? Allardyce has to take the blame for the way we threw away the win yesterday. Awful substitutions and tactics. I must admit, as a Newcastle fan, I was really surprised, because in that first half, Sunderland had a lot of success pressurising for the ball, going forward, and they just seemed to park the bus in the second half, which, if you've got a great defence, fair enough, but Sunderland barely ever get through a game without conceding, so it was like accepting a draw. It was a bizarre decision, and it backfired. I'm no football expert, but hopefully Hodgson plays Vardy, Drinkwater and Rashford in the Euros in the summer and give it a real go. When it comes to internationals, I'm a big believer in going on form and not what someone did 5-10 years ago. Let's get the players who are performing right now. Drinkwater and Vardy have to go, and probably should have to start as well. As for Rashford, he has given Roy Hodgson some incredible problems, because he has burst onto the scene out of nowhere and looked really good, really clinical, and worth a place on that plane. So what does he do? Usually a manager will take 4 strikers. Well, Harry Kane's going, so there's one gone. Then you've got Daniel Sturridge, who, if he's fit, has to go, because on his day he's as good as any striker we've got. Then you've got Vardy, who's earned that place on that plane without a doubt this season. So that leaves one spot, arguably. You've got Danny Welbeck, who's looked really sharp since coming back for Arsenal, and if he keeps playing like that, I would take him. You've got Wayne Rooney and Rashford. Now, right now, who do you take out of Wayne Rooney and Rashford? What has Wayne Rooney done in the last 12 years in tournaments? Since 2004, when he had a very good tournament, he's done nothing. Since he lost his pace, he showed completely ineffective against the top teams in the world. Rashford might give them a few surprises. You could definitely argue between Welbeck, Rashford and Rooney that Wayne Rooney, the captain, who has just been a passenger for so long now, shouldn't even go to the Euros. And my old pal Spencer Owen's been tweeting out saying, will Pep still go to City if they don't qualify for the Champions League? That's a good question, because Pep Guardiola has come thinking I'm going to be managing in the Champions League with all this money, and he might not even be in the Champions League. I mean, Pep Guardiola's been royally shafted. Pellegrini's walking out the door like, I enjoy that Europa League sunshine, have fun. And that is the end of this episode of True Geordie Reacts to Twitter. If there's anything you want me to talk about in the next episode, get your comments in the box below. If you've enjoyed the video, don't forget to hit that like button, stay subscribed. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you later.